but at the start we Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Arydia, the past video trend. I'm just going to do one last thing to make sure that my camera is set up in the correct way, or at least as correct as I can get it. We are here, and it wouldn't be an IMAT stream if I weren't late and found out something just before stream started. So fun fact. Oh wow, getting back to here is actually difficult because there's no water path this way. Anyways, fun fact, this side job that I have, that I'm like, I need to go to Ravens Road. I kept thinking it said Excel's Road, which is here. It is not here. It is, in fact, the path to the mountains on the second map tile. So, we're not going to do our side job quite yet. We're very close, though. Maybe. For now, we're going to go back to Eastgate because it recently did changes. I think because we had enough squills or something. I don't know. We're going to go on this water path. Now that we have done what we had to do here, which was get another piece of the treasure map, which means we're going back to the second continent or the second map anyways. We're on the water. Your spirits are high as you travel along. Thank you. And then I guess we're going here because I don't have another path. It's difficult to find your way in this dense fog. Look at that. Alright. Now that we've exhausted all of our travel tokens, I'm going to use Rix's other pathfinding cube to get them all back. Take as long as possible to change days. Right, I'm going to temporarily bring this in and just place it right on top. So we just went here, I believe, to E3. Yes. So we're in the Whitecaps, and I want to go up here. Your spirits are high as you travel along. Thank you. And then here. Small crowd. Far away, you see a small crowd gathering by the side of the road. Discard and draw again. Yeah, better not check it out, though. We're too far away. Enjoy your travels taking in the sights. Perfect. You're now here. I don't think I have anything to do in this town. Yeah. Literally nothing to do in this town. Oh, man. I still haven't updated my overlay with my new equipment. Someday I'll get there. We're going to take this road path. You pass this way easily. I'm not afraid of the Caro, but also I think that's like the bottom card right now. Oh, it's not. We recently shuffled. Then let's go through the grass a little bit. Try to get there. You pass this way easily. Okay, now we're in grass transitions, so we are in the ability to fight a Caro. Colorful cart. You draw near and see a large cart colorful with wares and goods. You may draw big 70 or discard this. We're just going to discard that. I don't need to go to the traveling merchant right at this time. Grass path again. You're so hungry you need to take a break and eat some food. Well, fine. We exhaust our hunger token. Keep on moving. Keep on keeping on. Alright, there's one more grass path that... Should I? We don't have a lot of mana, but everything else is pretty high right now. You know what? Yeah, before I reveal a card, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to try and... Actually, I suppose I can go this way. It's still a grass path, and I can just go back and forth a couple times until I get this. It's difficult to find your way. We exhaust this token. We go back. Oh no, you know what? I think I forgot something down in the green deeps. Oh, I need to go back. Your spirits are high as you travel along. Oh, you know what? Let's go back. You enjoy your travels, taking the sights. It's literally the bottom card. Oh boy. You know what? I also forgot something, says Zertle. Now they have both accidentally left something in the previous zone. Dark wings. A shadow passes over you. Looking up, you see dark wings and sharp claws. Choose one, run or fight. We fight. Draw big 90 and place foe 13 onto X and place party on L and or K as desired. Oh, we can split the party. Okay, so big 90 is the one that has multiple forms. We just need the grasslands version. Tall grass. The tall green blades surround you, obscuring your view on every side. Now, we're going to fight the Kiro here, which has literally been on our to-do list since the second town area we ever visited. That's one of the first rumors we ever heard was about this Kiro. Alright. Place foe 13. Who is foe 13? I assume it's the Kiro. Oh, it's a level 8 boss mob. Okay, alright. With some hardened armor. Yeah, it's probably for the best we haven't fought this thing yet. Just like that. As you gaze upon this beast, black as night with fangs dripping venom, you understand why the Kiro is the apex predator of the basin. Oh, that's... Okay, so we do not need our travel deck. We have the Kiro. We'll have to place ourselves, and we're going to go into combat. And I'm going to hope to put the threat deck here, so that everything's an easy reach for me. Normally it's not so easy reach. Let's see. So, the Kiro's on X, we are on L and or K. So if I put you back here, and you there. How does that sound? That might work. Alright, so the Karo's special ability, all healing effects are halved. Round down the healing. It does a giant shred attack and, Screech. All exiles check endurance 20. On a fail, you lose 3 health and flee 4. And all the weak points, attacker loses 2 health. Yeah, this is gonna be a big one. In case you were wondering, this is gonna be a big fight. This guy's been available to fight since the start of the game, and I can't help but feel like that would have been miserable to run into this thing at the very start. Tons of little armor tokens, armor cubes. There we go. This guy is armored up the wazoo. I do need to remember hardened points. Do they stop piercing damage? Piercing damage has no additional effect on hardened cubes. Okay. So it just doesn't pierce. That's going to be great for us. Love that for us. Also, I assume we use figure 13, but I'll have to go find it. Just shuffling my threat deck, sorry. Threat deck shuffled. I do think, if possible, I want to move the camera down just slightly. Yeah, okay, so it's going to do that thing where it's like, you move down, therefore you wanted to zoom, yes? And I say, no. What? Why would you do that? Alright, so I might not be able to move down slightly, but I can certainly move everything else up. For the most part. I have this whole bevy of titles and all that over there. So I wanted to do that, so I grab this into focus, into frame. Alright, let me get up. Let me get out figure 13 if I can. Assuming there is a figure 13. There might not be. And if there's not, then I will be sad, because now I have to look at the back of this to figure out which figure to use. Figure 200. Okay, yeah, would not have gotten that. That's one thing I would recommend is having the figure number on the grid side of the card as well. There we go. Just because sometimes you're going to get overzealous and figure that the figure number will match the phone number, and that's not always the case. It'd be better to not have to disrupt the work you've already done setting up the grid. Yeah. Gets really in there. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, that is sick though. Yeah. That's good. I can see why we'd be afraid of this thing. That is quite large and in charge. Alright. I think we're ready to start some combat, so let's go. Enemy turn. Zertal on deck. Oh, and I need to update my overlay. We do not have 2 combo or... Well, now we have 1 threat. But we have 0 combo. Nope, I don't need to draw a second card. What am I doing? Zertal, and we hope to not need to heal at all this combat. Because, quite frankly, healing's gonna be bad. Healing will be bad for us. Oh yeah, like 1 hit point heals are actually worthless right now. That's gonna be a thing to get used to. Okay. Let's see. If I move once by spending 1 speed, I can get within range, and I think this is just gonna be a smash and grab kind of mission, you know? So let's do it. We are going to spend 1 speed, gain 1 combo to do a basic move, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? Go as far as I can so I don't hit AoE issues. And I want to do my smash move because it has armor piercing. That does mean I need an additional combo. Oh, you know what? Because I need to move twice anyways, I'm not going to spend the speed. So we're just going to do 2 moves that get me 6. I'm going to spend 5 of my 6 movement points. That all is good. Now we will do Smash, which spends 2 combo instantly. And we roll a strength check. Ooh, that's a adjusted 25. I rolled a 19 on the die. That's very good. Figure out where it's not getting washed out. Yeah, the light I have for the stuff over here, which I do think is helpful, also tends to wash out the board, which is less helpful. I need like a screen right here to just kind of block that. That would have been a smart thing to set up a long time ago. Anyways, so the smash attack pattern I'll throw up on screen here looks like that. Yep, looks like that. And I can pay speed any number of times after rolling to make 1 damage piercing up to 5 times. So obviously, I want to make as much piercing as possible, and I have 4 speeds. So what we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Yes? Yeah. Because it's going to pierce through all of this and instantly hurt this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's also going to knock off this hardened armor, give it just a regular armor there, without stopping my whole attack pattern. And I take 4 damage because of the weak point ability down there. All right. So Zertle goes down to 7 health and 0 speed. That was quick, but hey, it's a lot of damage for our opening blow. I'm very proud of that. Enemy turn. Rick's on deck. What are they doing? The boss activates. Well, geez, surprise. The boss has no 1 threat abilities, only 0 and 2, which is weird to me because every other thing we fought has been 0, 1, 3. This is a 0, 2. Oh well. With 0, it does a move 5, wants to hit as many exiles as possible, and then shred with that attack pattern. It can only hit Zertle for now, so I don't believe it moves. It just stands there and attacks Zertle. There's a base 5 on the gray die. That's a lot of damage. Zertle is going to be in pain. Zertle takes it on the right arm, which blocks 2. He takes 3. All right. Oh, I should probably throw up Zertle's armor grid. There we go. Right arm is now done. Okay. But hey, still alive. And now it is Rix's turn. I'm hoping Rix can do some major damage here. First, it's a basic move. 1, 2, 3. Actually, 2. We don't need to get any closer than this. Our bow has range from here. And we basic attack with the bow. I would mark, but I can't be sure. I will mark, it just doesn't do anything. And what is my goal here? I think I want to go... Ooh. Okay, if I use my new Swallowtail arrows, I can hit here and get both of these hardened armors off if I get at least 20. So at least a 13 on the die. That seems like the thing I want to do. So I'm going to use my new quiver, which is not on the overlay. I apologize for that. I have both quivers equipped right now. I have slightly better arrows than what is shown there. And we attack. I did not roll a 13. I rolled a 9, which I cannot possibly make into a 13. Yeah, can't do it. So we're just going to accept the 9 plus the 7 is 16. Off by 1. So we are still going to target here and here. Yep. And then we will basic bow attack again. This time not using any special arrows. That's a 9. I think I need to... Yeah, I'm going to RP point to get at least 2 hits in. Otherwise, this just does not feel worthwhile. And we're going to take off this armor and hit off the hardened armor. And there we go. All the hardened armor is now gone, which is pretty important. That stuff will stop your attacks dead. Unfortunately. And that is Rix's turn. So we have enemy turn with Zertal on deck. Ooh, luck of the battlefield. Your enemy's full turn, you spring into action. Choose one. Gain 2 combo, or remove 2 threats, or each exile gains 2 health. I think... Oh, all healing is halved? I probably shouldn't do the healing one. Probably shouldn't do the healing one. So yeah, I'll gain 2 combo, why not? And I'll index that after this battle's done. Okay, alright, alright. And then we draw again. Brute or 3, so they gain 3 threat. I wish those cards had been reversed, because I really would have liked to remove 2 threats after just gaining 3. But here we are. It is Zertal's turn. And I think it behooves us to Balm Zertal. So at the start of my next turn, I'm going to heal for 3, which becomes 1. Round down the healing. My goodness. That is insane. Yeah, that is insane. So he will heal for 1 at the start of his next turn. That is bad for us. But then I'm going to... Do I smash? No, I use my staff now because it has an automatic armor piercing. Not in the overlay, so I'll show it here. So the first hit will always pierce armor, and then it just goes off of that. Let's see if we can hit this thing. That is an adjusted 20, which is perfect. That means I get 4 possible hits. And the first one is piercing. So why don't we go... Yeah, I'm going to die anyways, right? Oh, I can't hit that one because I would have to hit that one first. Let's do this one. So take that off. And then we go... Alright, that was piercing, so we automatically hit there. And here. And here. Very good. We lose 2 more health. And then I'm going to attack again. That's an adjusted 24 with rolling an 18. And I think we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna pierce that. And then also go to this one and to this one. Yep. Not a perfect utilization of the attack pattern, but I think that's fine. Alright. And that is Zertal's turn. Enemy turn, Rick's on deck. Brute or X, so they gain 2 more threats. So now we're in a position where Rix needs to kill this thing, like, now, or we're gonna have some trebs. We're gonna have some trebs. And I don't really have a good way of hitting these particular positions on the grid. I think we're gonna start by just basic attacking. I think trying to hit this so we can also hit that armor off. No, I should probably go to this one. Yeah. Why don't we go to that one? Okay. Basic attack, aiming for there. I mean, I don't have to call it until I roll, but that's where I'm going. It's an adjusted 18, which is only 2 hits, but that's fine. We wound that one, we remove the armor from that one, and we lose 2 health. And I remember now I need to update Zertl's health. And then we still have a minor action and one more regular action. And I think we just a regular attack again? Oh, heck yeah, we do. Okay, I have a plan. The plan is coming together. I think we got this. If I can hit. Oh, look. I crit, which is what, normally like 3 threats? I don't crit very often, so I don't know the rules off the top of my head. Although last time, Zertle went on a tear and just crit like every 2 threats. Sorry, 2 combo. Crit like every single round of combat, basically. It was fantastic. So we gained 2 combo. Blah, 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 blah. And I am going to hit here and there. Okay. And then I don't want to use a healing potion. I do want to gain a combo. So I'll do a basic move to here. Why not? Yeah, it doesn't really matter where I go at that point. And whew, it's a close one. Enemy turn, Zertle on deck. This enemy does count as a mob enemy. It's both boss and mob, so we'll spend 2 threats to do a shred followed by a screech. So the shred is just going to hit Zertle because it can't get both of them in a single thing. And this is once again base 5 damage on the Great Eye. This is just eaten Zertle's armor. That's the helmet slot. 1 damage there, and he takes 3. Goes to 0. Only damaged though. This one has 2 durability, so that's good. And now all exiles check endurance 20. We'll start with Zertle. Why not? Rolled an 18. It doesn't. I don't think I can flee 4 because I'm unconscious, and losing health doesn't matter, so I don't care about that. Rix. Roll a 2. So even with my +7, I'm nowhere close to a 20. So I take 3, 1, 2, 3, and flee 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I accept. Zertle's turn. Balm Cube pops at the start of turn. Zertle will heal for a grand total of 1. Just updating health stats. Okay, and now Zertle is going to attack. Yeah. Turtle's going to attack. 8 plus 6 is 14, so that's going to be 2 hits. And there's no way I can get myself up to a 20? Oh, I could try. I have my focus, which lets me do a wisdom check to try and bump up my own check. Okay, so we are at 14. I'm going to try and bump this up with my glowing cone, which is a wisdom check. A 10 gets us +2, so I'm not going to have enough. I do need to check, though. Can you use the focus more than once on one? Can I use focus twice in the same roll? No. That's what I thought. Okay. Which means I can't get to 20, which is what I was hoping for. But I don't think it matters. We're going to instead target this one and then go over to that one with no armor piercing, so I don't get to place the damage yet, but I have another attack, which I will use. That's at least 2, yes? Wait, no. That's 11, which would only be 1 hit. Oof, that's annoying. Actually, it's fine. Oh, right, because I come down from the top. Yes? Yes. So I go like this, hit that one, critical point triggers, and I hit that one. And because it's dead, the weak point does not trigger, and Zertle does not, in fact, lose 2 health. But the enemy is defeated. Bleh. Bleh. Get my quiver back, get my mark back. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. Okay. So we have succeeded in that combat. What do we get as a reward? There was somebody somewhere who... There was like a check, like, have you defeated the Caro yet? If so, blah, blah, blah. If not, blah, blah, blah. And when we did this thing, we had not defeated it yet, obviously, because you just watched that happen live. Oh well. When you defeat the Caro, event 80. Sure, this is fine. A brief respite. You weaken the Caro, but it's not so easily defeated. It retreats to the sky and takes a moment to regain its strength. Remove foe 13 from the map. You could use this opportunity to escape freely or prepare for more battle. So you can escape. Index the foe cards. You do not gain any loot or XP. Flip the mode token to adventure. You are now out of combat. Which means I don't think I actually get my cube or my mark back yet. Index this card without looking at the back. Or we can prepare and flip this card. We are very injured now. Don't know if you've noticed. We're very injured now. Also, my overlay is very out of date with combo and threat, and that's fine because it's on screen. I would like to prepare. I want to finish this thing off. Prepare. Okay. So, heal all wounds from the Caro. Use the same hit grid card without any armor. Replace the foe 13 AI card with the foe 14 AI card. Okay. This is interesting. This is like the owlich that flew away at one point, and we gotta go find it again. Frenzied Caro. Oh boy. So, we have not seen the last of this guy. Swoop Shriek. Healing inhibitor. While this foe is on the map, all healing effects are halved, round down the healing. Reflexive retreat. After this foe is wounded on an exile's turn, remove it from the map. At the start of next turn, place it on threat 689. Okay. It has a swoop attack and a shriek attack still. It's worth 8 experience if we kill it, and an event. This can be a thing. Alright. Make the threat 689 deck. Can do. Yeah, threat 689 we saw with the Owlich, and it's just a way to kind of randomize where the thing appears. Oops. Choose an exile. Each exile takes a turn in order, starting with the chosen exile, and it's important that the Caro's not on the map. Even though the Caro's not on the map yet, you're still in combat. Set threat and combo to 0. So we're still in combat mode, but we have a turn each to do whatever we want. And obviously, we need to do some healing. So we will start with Rix, who will spend her minor action to... Alright, and setting threat and combo to 0 happens after we take our turns, so if we move it, I'm not going to give us combo, it doesn't do anything. Anyways, minor action to drink my last charge of a healing potion, go up to 8 health. Do I want to move? I don't know that there's anywhere that I'm actually safe. So I don't think I need to move. Instead, I'm going to double chug my terrible healing potion to gain 2 more health before the Caro comes back. So, Rix is full. Zertle's going to heal himself using his medkit, which is a wisdom check. Oh, a bad wisdom check, apparently. That's 11, which is 2 health. Okay. Yikes. Let's use my other medkit. Oh, which requires an action to actually do the inventory switch. Okay. And then I, again, rolled very poorly. That's going to be a 9, which gets me 1 health. I could have just drunk a healing potion and gotten more health than that. Well, the same amount of health. Right, technically I have this kit equipped. I don't really want to move my inventory around right now, but technically I have this one in my hands now, and not my good one. For what it's worth. We are in trouble. Yes, we are in trouble. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for round 2. But you know what they say, nothing ventured and all that. Nothing ventured and all that jazz. Let's do this. Do I have to remake my threat deck? Or yeah, my threat deck. That's exactly what I meant the first time. Doesn't say to. Alright. Combat starting with a foe 14 turn and continuing with the Chosen Exile. Which I guess would be Rick's, because that's the one I took the first turn with. To do the preparation round. Okay. Finally index this card, which is event 80. Can do. Let's see if we survive. Alright. Got my Caro waiting in the wings, no pun intended. It activates with 0 threats. It just does a swoop. So we place it on... Oops, sorry, I brushed the mic. We place it on a random hex, which is L. Okay, I'm just reading the rules for the Threat 689 deck, but yes. Places it on L. All exiles within 2 take 6 damage. All other exiles take 3. So Zertle goes to 1. Rix goes to 7. I'd forgotten to put Zertle's healing into the system, but it doesn't matter now. He's back down to 1 already. Hooray! Also, this guy still causes you to lose 2 health if you hit a weak point, which is going to be great. I'm sure nothing bad will happen there. We're going to gain a combo as we basic move with Rix, whose turn it is. We go 1, 2, 3. And we're going to spend a speed to go 4, 5. So that we are in range. And we're going to basic attack this guy. Could just have Rix take 4 damage here by hitting multiple weak points. Let's keep that in our back pocket and try not to do that yet. We'll see. Adjusted 23. We're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3. I attack again, and this time I might go this way and hit all, ideally all 4 of these. We will see what happens. I think no matter what, I'm taking some damage from the counterattack. 18? I spent an RP point. I need to get it up to a 20. 18's not good enough. Right. I'm literally going to die if the thing swoops down, so hooray. If it activates, I do die. 1, 2, 3. And that went through a critical point, so 4. And I went through 2 weak points, so I take 1, 2, 3, 4. Yikes. Oh, shoot, hold on. Swoop is a red die. It's not just you take 3 damage. It's a red die. Also, I don't get to hit this one. You know what? I don't get to hit this one. After this foe is wounded on a turn, it retreats. And then it comes back next turn. Hooray. So Zertle, body. He would take 3. He instead takes 1. Okay, that's much better. Doing some retroactive healing here. And then the swoop attack against Rix would not have done 3. It would have done none. Because she has 3 armor in her body slot. Okay. That's a lot better. I missed that it was a red die. That's a lot better. A lot more survivable for us. I do, however, still take the 4 from this. All right, health is back up to date, and it has left. Zertle still, sorry, Rick still has an action left. I guess we gain combo because I don't have any healing to do. I gain a combo by basic moving, going 1, 2, 3, because it's not going to go back to L. So I want to get away from the other points until it's gone through the whole list again. Okay. So at the start of this turn, which is going to be enemy turn, Rix or Zertle on deck, it appears at X. Rar. Okay, it is interesting that it flies away after every hit, though, because that means we have the opportunity to heal while it's in the air. Just Rix couldn't because she's out of healing. What does the enemy do on their turn? Let's find out. Activates. So they were at X. Reflexive Retreat does not trigger a swoop, but this is a swoop. They go to Y. But why though? 1, 2, 1, 2. So nobody's in range 2. Nobody takes the 6. We're going to start Zertle with red die damage. So that is on the shoulder. Takes 1 overall. Shoulder is damaged but not destroyed. And then against Rix, we do the same thing. Base 3 attack against body. So once again, no damage gets through, but now the body armor is gone for this fight. Okay. And that's the swoop. That is the whole swoop. And nothing but the swoop. It is Zertle's turn. So obviously we need to go hit this thing. Unfortunately, we are now in, if we hit a weak point, we die range. So we kind of have to be careful what we do. Or we heal. No, well, I won't be able to heal because I'll be knocked down. And if I try to heal before it leaves, before it gets wounded, we're going to take some damage. Unless I pummel. You know what? That's not a bad move. Okay. We're going to basic move to be within range. Gain 1 combo. Go 1, 2, 3. Just 2. That's fine. Yeah, that's far enough. I actually upped my combo tracker on screen. I'm moving the whole table around whenever I turn my chair, I'm just noticing. We're going to spend one combo to pommel. So I get to hit something of my choice. And I think this is going to be the hardest thing. Ooh, actually. Let's hit this one. Yeah, okay, that's great. Because now if I do just a regular staff attack, I can hit here, and here, and here, and here without triggering any wounds. But, because I have wounded this thing, it flies away again. And now is my opportunity to heal. I'll use my last action and my last medkit charge to make a wisdom check. Please roll high. Zertle, I swear. This is not helpful. That's a 4. Plus 7 is 11. And of course 12 is the threshold for the next tier. I think I do want to heal for 2, so I'm going to spend my last RP point to make that a 14. So dumb. Zertle, shape up. Come on. Get your act together. Get your head in the game. I heal for 2. And good news, my camera just decided to go black. Alright. Luckily, this is the one that's easy to fix. Man, this camera just not good. Not a good camera, unfortunately. Okay. That is Zertle's turn. Start of the next turn, which will be enemy turn with Rix on deck. It swoops back in without doing a swoop. Without actually doing a swoop attack, I mean, and lands on M. So I think X, Z, and K are all options if it activates. It does not. It just gains 2 threat. Which means it can do the swoop and shriek, which will kill us. Yeah, that's just going to kill us. So unfortunately, we got to get over there, like, right now. And he landed very far away. Man, you suck. This guy's... Hey, wait a minute, this guy sucks. So let's see, if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, yes. So I can do 2 basic moves, gaining 2 combo, and spending 1 speed. To go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. That would put me directly on top of Z, which is pretty bad. Hold on, where did I start here? Yes. Can I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3? Yes. That gets me out of range of all of these in case it swoops, which it probably will. But I'm also in range of the enemy, so I actually am there, still in range. I attack. I'm in focus range of Zertle. That's why I want to be here. I don't use Zertle's focus very often, but this is definitely the opportunity to do so. Okay. Rix. Bow attack. Is there anything I can do to make this better? No. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of committing to the bit here. Yep. We gain 2 combo. And that's a 20, so that's going to be full damage on the bow. So why don't I go? Blit, eat, blorp. Owie. I take 4 and retaliate because this guy sucks. But, and he also flies away. But now we are very close to just killing this thing. And that is Rix's turn. Enemy turn, Zertal on deck. All foes activate. Yeah, that's fine. Spends 2 combo to do a swoop and then a shriek. So swoop first. Okay. That is so far away. Lands here. Nobody's in range, obviously. But now, red die attacks against everyone. I guess it's like swooping across the battlefield. That's why it hurts everyone. This one, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That is, once again, right shoulder on Zertal. Which means 1 more damage coming through and armor's broken. And then red die against Rix. Alright, good. Switch to head armor. That is going to be 1 durability loss there and 1 damage taken. Okay. Anything else? Yes, Shriek. All exiles check endurance 20. I'm going to level with you, Roy. I don't like my odds. We'll start with Rix. That's an 11 plus 7 is 18. We're going to have Zertal use his focus. Wisdom check. That's an adjusted 22. So this is plus 4 to Rix's result. Rix passes. And now Zertal needs to make an endurance check. That's 17. I really wish I had an RP point because I would have actually blocked it. Instead, Zertal falls down. But he'll maybe get up again. He takes 4 damage just out of nothing. Yikes. And now it's Zertal's turn, and we have to ask, is it worth it to do Zertal's stand up now? Because he'll just get knocked down so fast again. Let's see. I have no speed, so I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I could pummel it. If I shift it with stratagem. Hmm. But then I'd just dead. Then I just fall down again. No, I don't think it's worth it to actually do Zertal's turn. Awkward. Awkward. Hey, Bert. This is awkward. Yeah, I think we kind of wanted to just move to a different space. This is not a good space. So I think we just let Zertal stay down? I know that's kind of giving the Caro a free turn, but maybe it'll be fine. Yeah. We're in a bad position, is what's happening here. We're in a bad position. Well, hold on. How well do you think I can roll? And the answer is poorly. The answer is always poorly. Yeah, but if I can roll not the literal worst, I have a chance. So you know what? Any chance is better than no chance. So I stand up with my action surge, still at 0 health. I'm going to basic move, gain a combo. 1, 2, 3. Basic move again. With my free action. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to stratagem, which is a free action. I pay a cube, I gain 1 combo. An exile within range 3 heals for 1, rounded down to 0. Shift a creature up to 2 squares. 1, 2. Then I basic move 1 more time. Actually, you know, I don't have to stratagem there, do I? Because I can just go 1, 2, 3. Yes, that is better. That is actually a lot better. Which would put us at just the 1 combo, actually. For now, until I stratagem, which I do plan to do. And then we attack with my sacred staff, and I roll high. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to respond to this. Like, like what? Well, that was a 1, so we didn't succeed. Instead, I mean, hey, maybe I survive. Maybe it doesn't activate. I'm gonna pay my stratagem cube. We are going to gain a combo. Oh wait, no, I can't heal myself because he wasn't hurt. Never mind. Can't drink my potion because that requires a minor action. Yep, nope, I just go bleep. Dang. I'm gonna be honest, my whole plan kind of hinged on that. Enemy turn. Rick's on deck. Oh, okay, the boss activates. It does a swoop to X. No, Z? Did it already do X? It must have. I kind of forgot about it. Oh, that was like the second one it did. Whoops. Also, that pile was way too far away. It was hard to reach. So it's going to Z. And I think we're just dead here. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. I don't see how we get out of this. Because I can't actually hit enough things with Ricks. And I'm going to take at least 1 damage here from the swoop. Unless it happens to hit my glove, which the red die can't do. That's really annoying. No, that's really annoying. We had to roll so poorly so many times to get to this position. And yet here we are. Alright, let's roll. Let's see what happens. That is left shoulder on Rick's. I guess I can actually take one hit because I have my racial ability, sorry, my character ability +2 defense, and my shoulder blocks an additional 2, so I take 0. Dang. It doesn't matter for Rix or for Zertle because he's already dead. I really wish it wasn't hit everybody because, yeah, because that really hits a group team a lot harder, you know? If you are solo, that means you are taking less, or your team is taking less damage overall. As a group, you are taking more damage overall because everybody takes damage. It's the tricky balance of group dynamics, you know, in a game like this. Um, don't even know what to do. That was just a combination of bad. That was a combination of bad outcomes. There's no way I can win. I literally cannot win, and I really didn't want to go get all the you died stuff out again. I'd really like to roll back to Zertle's turn and just hit. Kind of want to cheat and do that because that would be more interesting, more fun to me than going back through and just doing all the death stuff and then trying to find this encounter again when all it came down to was a single, actually multiple bad rolls, but when it really mattered, this particular bad roll. Because I could have put Zertle at 1 health. I could have put Zertle at 1 health here if the Caro had flown away, which would have required 1 damage. Just 1 damage going through would have saved me. But unfortunately, I rolled a natural 1. And it's like, I understand the people who will say that makes the game, you know, the variance makes the game. In this case, I don't know. Because there is a set story, because this isn't a role-playing game like D&D, I actually don't like the natural 1 misses variance. Because it's not that unlikely to happen, especially when you roll like I do. um, hmm. Trying to decide right now, is this like because I'm frustrated in the moment, or is this my general feeling? And overall, I felt in this game that every time I rolled a 1, it's just like, well, that's terribly disappointing. That's just not actually a fun component of the game. So yeah, I think just in general, having critical fumbles in a board game like this isn't fun. Especially when enemies can't fumble. They will never miss. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll back just a little bit to when Zertle's here, this thing's here, and Zertle is doing his attack roll. We're gonna pretend that 1 never happened, because again, it's just not very interesting. It's my game, I get to cheat. I can cheat if I want. It's this, or I go through the whole thing of doing the death, uh, getting some boon cards, which actually probably helped me overall, um, and then coming and doing this fight again later, which I could do, but that just feels like a waste of time. So I'm going to do this roll again. And I got a 19. Wow, it's so washed out. My goodness. I really don't like this light setup. I need to fix it. Got a 19 plus 6 is a 25. That's what I was really hoping for, because now I get to go like this. Boom, 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 boom. Zertle takes damage, but is already at 0 health. Carol flies away. Zertle activates Stratagem to gain a combo and heal for 1. So Zertle is not just dead at this time, but probably will just fall over. Probably. I don't think that's going to change anything. Other than, now when it flies down here, and I've already resolved the attack against Rix, which I'm not going to roll back. Attack against Zertle. Hits the head armor, which means, yes, 1 damage gets through. Yeah, there's actually no way for Zertle to survive that. Zertle falls down again. Bleh. Bleeg. Except now his head armor is also destroyed. And now Rix gets to go. So Rix will basic move. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's too far away. So Rix will spend a speed to go 2 more. 1, 2. And is now within bow range. And at 1 HP. I basic attack. Okay. A 2 is not a critical fumble. I think going forward, I'm not going to allow critical fumbles in combat for attacks. And the reason is exactly because enemies can't miss. Like, you can maneuver in such a way that they don't get an attack, but they can't just miss if they attack you. So I don't think it makes sense for us to just miss either. I don't know, maybe that's going to wildly imbalance the game, but every critical fumble that I've rolled has felt just really frustrating. Not like a, oh, it makes a fun line to the story, just frustrating. So that's not really what you want. Anyways, I do at least 1 point of damage. It's got 1 health left. You can go ahead and disagree with me if you'd like, but this is where we are at. Caro is dead. I don't know why I picked everybody up. The Caro is dead. And this time it's going to stay dead because we get experience. Well, it might stay dead. We gain 8 experience apiece. Which means 8 plus 3 is 11. We get a 10 and a 1. In place of a 3. It's a lot of experience. I like that. And event 34. Ooh, that is a very low number. Caro slain. You strike down the Caro and it collapses to the ground with a thud. A second later, there's a commotion of metal clanking and a rush of footsteps. Around the corner, a small company of soldiers rushes in, breathless with swords drawn. Their leader looks from the slain Caro to you. You did this? I nearly lost a man last time I caught up with one. I'm impressed, Exile. She approaches the beast and looks it over, checking teeth and claws. This is a mighty beast, but it is not Nightbane whom I hunt. No, Nightbane is the queen of all Caro. My hunt still continues. This was a mighty deed. I must admit, I didn't believe you exiles would bring any good to the basin, but I stand corrected. Thank you. I'd like to take the hide back as proof of the Caro's demise. I will compensate you, of course. You nod, and her soldiers begin tying the carcass to a set of poles. She steps forward and hands you a small pouch of coins. In a few minutes, they've disappeared beyond the tall grass. Gain 7k. Okay. Hey, that evens it out, so everybody has 5. And dossier T14. New title time. And Rix, who did the deed, will get this title, which is Caro's Bane. Sweet. NPC 7 goes to their B state. Who's NPC 7? We met this person? Oh yeah, she was in the like Rivertown or whatever. Oh, no, not Rivertown. Like the village from the beginning of the game. So I guess we can go maybe pick up a quest to go fight Nightbane. Which, if it's anything like this fight, don't want to do yet. Alright, we also banish Travel 46, the Dark Wings. That makes sense. And this card. We did it. And that feels like a... Well, no, we'll get to town, and then that'll be a pretty good stopping point. We'll do 2:30 end time, roughly. Goodbye, Caro. We are now out of combat. Adventure mode. And we leave. We leave this cursed realm. Alright, we're here. We're going to travel to there, which will require shuffling my travel deck. We first give both exiles 2 speed, just in case. And Zertle spends a mana to replenish the cubes on my medkit. Or his medkit. And then immediately uses one of those charges to try and heal before I do the traveling. It's an adjusted 12, so I gain 3 health, and that's... And then I try to heal Rix with the other charge. That's an adjusted 23. Rix heals for 5. That's all I'm going to bother with for now, just in case there's an ambush on the road. I hope there's not. And Zertle will spend their last mana to replenish Balm, I guess. Just in case. Alright, now we travel on the grass path, and I need my travel deck, which has gotten rather thin as we've kind of cleared out all the special encounters. Other than the strength 20 check. Or is it a strength 30 check? Either way, we're not getting that anytime soon. Not with how we roll dice. Grasslands. We exhaust our final token. Wow. Okay. Low spirits indeed. Then we're on the road. We each spend a speed to not gain the exhausted card, and we are in the city of Eastgate, which is POI 7. There's also a big tile we can go visit, but first, POI 7, right here. There's a club we could buy, but I don't want it. I don't need it. Instead, yeah, we need to do some stuff. We need to heal. We spend a K to repair damage. Up to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, everything but Zertle's right glove. And that includes all of Rix's armor. Alright. That is up to date. Then we get supplies. So I'm going to spend 1K to refill all of our health potions and another K to refill all of our knapsacks. Okay. Right. And then we spend one final K to rest. We draw a day card. I don't rest very often in this game, but when I do, it's because it's very necessary. Vitally necessary. The next day card. A harmonious day. As you step out into the new day, you feel a sense of calm and oneness with the world around you. Lovely. We refresh all of our tokens. We heal to full on every stat. And we get a bunch of our once per day abilities back. I do feel like the game wants you to rest more often than I do. But that's on the game. Okay, I think I have everything up to date except for the overlay, but I will do that for next time. So everybody, thanks for watching. I need to go, like, urgently. So, ending spiel, ending spiel, ending spiel. Bye-bye!